Well, there are an awful lot of people who've been looking forward to this final because the appearance of Silken Laumann in lane number 4, arguably one of the hottest favourites in this year's regatta. But the Canadian already under pressure, having full started once. And
a couple of months ago, she's actually been absolute firm favourite. Oh, she's jumped. She went very, very early. She's got a length and nobody moved at all. Serious false start. Well, that's her second false start. That means she's out.
2 and you're out, Dan.
That means she's out.
Well, there's absolute silence. The stands have gone quiet, and Canada, I think we're all staring in disbelief.
Second warning. You will be excluded. Go out of the lane. Please.
Now there's the gap that Silken Laumann has left as the other 5 get away. On the far side, Holland, Irene Eis, then Annelies Bredel in 2. Germany's Katrin Boron with the hat in picture now in lane number 3. And then in a few moments you'll see Trine Hansen for Denmark, who's in lane number 5, and closest to you will be Bronwyn Roy for Australia in lane number 6. Well, we were always going to have a new world champion, Dan, because Jana Thieme, who won this title last year for Germany, has moved into the double sculls, and
in fact she's taken Boron's place because Boron has come out of the double scull, and it's Boron now leading the field. She's a very strong sculler, Boron. In fact, probably the closest rival that she has now in this race with Silken Laumann gone is Trine Hansen, who was 3rd last year. Trine Hansen of Denmark, who is in lane 5.
Over on the far side, the 2 lightweights in this particular race, the Dutch and the Belgian scullers. Just coming into our picture, there is Trine Hansen in lane number 5. As you said, Dan, she took the bronze medal last year. She was well behind, though, in Lucerne. That was the race that Silken Laumann won, and Trine was only 6th. But here's our first close-up of Katrin Boron.
She has a very distinctive arm catch there, which could cause her some problems later on. Oop, there's a little bit of a unsteadiness there in the tricky water. But it is Boron, in fact, not the Dutch sculler.
Closest challenger to the German at the moment is Trine Hansen in lane 5. Junior world bronze medalist, won that in '91, and then last year picked up the senior bronze. As they come through the first quarter, and it is Germany in the lead, ahead of Denmark. Australia 3rd, Bronwyn Roy, ahead of Belgium, and trailing at the moment, Netherlands' Irene Eis on the far side.
Very strong Trine Hansen there in the middle of the stroke. She's got a good, strong finish. The sculler closest to us, Australia, Bronwyn Roy, she actually was dropped out of the quad 3 or 4 weeks ago, considered not to be good enough for it, and here she is now in the final of the women's single scull.
Yeah, it's all credit to her. Secretary from Sydney, and she's answered her critics, I suppose, in the best possible way, and whatever she does now is a real bonus. But it's still Boron ahead of Hansen. Then in 3rd place, look at Annelies Bredel, perhaps one of the most consistent scullers, the Olympic silver medalist, over in lane number 2 and beginning to make her presence felt. And compared with Boron, she's a real lightweight.
She is indeed, but it's Trine Hansen pressing Boron now, and if anything, she's just taken the lead. She's just inched ahead, and Boron, with that arm catch, having a bit of a struggle over the far side to hold her off. It's now a race between these 2.
Well, still quite a long way to go. I wouldn't write Bredel out of this at the moment. But Hansen beginning to try and draw away if she can.
She's looking very comfortable, very confident. Quick look across there, but she's got a good, got caught a little bit there on her knee. But well, it is Hansen, in fact, not Eis. But she is really holding on to this more powerful sculler, Boron, on the far side there for Germany. And remember, Germany still haven't yet won a gold medal. Maybe this is the one. Maybe Boron can hold on and can take this title.
Well, my goodness, the German camp would be mighty relieved if that was the case, and there's very little in it as they come to half distance, and perhaps Boron just back in the lead as they go into the second half of the race. 24 years of age, from Potsdam, junior world champion back in '86 and '87 in the quad, world champion in 90, 91, and the Olympic champion in double sculls. She's got tons more experience than young Trine Hansen, who only really took up rowing in 1988.
Indeed, yes, but Bronwyn Roy now of Australia beginning to feel the pace. That lack of experience is beginning to tell. She hasn't got the years of experience that the others have got, and she's falling back a touch now. But she's done well to be still here in the hunt at 1,000 meters. But it's now certainly Trina Hansen who's making her move.
Trina Hansen ahead of Boron, and the lead changing. It's really nip and tuck between these two, and just beginning to sit on their tails a little bit is Annelies Bredel. She's never been far away, but she's got a length to find if she really wants to be on terms.
Well, these are her... Oops, the water is difficult for the scullers, and she's caught her scull now 2 or 3 times, Hansen, but she's holding on to it now. She's still there, still pressing Boron, and she's actually opened up a bit of a lead now. She's got about 1/4 of a length, and she's beginning to raise her pace. She's beginning to move, and this is where she's got to break away from Boron. But over on the far side, Belgians, Bredel pressing on Boron as well, and it's these 3 for the medals.
Indeed it is. Annelies Bredel, 28 years of age, from Hazelwinkel, won the World Cup last year, and really is one of the best scullers around. She was 5th in the World Championships last year. She was 5th in Lucerne, and as I said earlier, she took the Olympic silver medal and got a bronze in the World Championships back in 1991. So the gold still very much her target as we come to the final quarter. And Dan, this just might be who wants it most.
My goodness, there's nothing separated these two now for the last 700 or 800 meters. It is quite extraordinary. They are neck and neck, and they've gone well clear of the rest of the field. But now it's a test of character. The last 450 meters, now it's to see who can raise the pace, who has still got something there in the tank at the end. And it's Boron who's just moved ahead now a little bit. Boron has made her move. Can Hansen get back on terms? And it's Bredel on the far side who's also making a move. Again, these 3 scullers going for the line. It looks as if Boron has the edge. She's beginning to move, the more powerful sculler, and she's driving her legs. She's got 350 meters to go, and she looks now moving clear.
But Hansen is still on the premises there. Bredel trying to raise her game as they come past the boat park there with all the fans from their respective squads there. The Germans beginning to urge on Catherine Boron to see whether she can draw away. Bredel has a little look round there. She's trying to close as well. And my goodness, we're in for another superb final here in Indianapolis at Eagle Creek. Bredel working hard, really trying to get back on terms. Boron looking, she can see, and Hansen's beginning to come again. Hansen beginning to close as they come into the grandstand area. Bredel also closing up now. And it's a 3-way finish here, and it's Hansen, Dan, who's got ahead.
Hansen has actually taken the lead. Boron made her move too early. Hansen has held back, and now she's pushed, and now in the last 150 meters, she is opening up. Boron has gone. Bredel is catching Boron, and it's Hansen who's got now half a canvas as they come up to the line. It is Hansen of Denmark who is going to take this title. She is still building it up, and Boron is just holding off Bredel, who gets the bronze medal. What a finish between these 2 remarkable scullers. But then it was actually the Danish sculler who did it at the end.
And there's Trina Hansen, top of the picture, and here's the margin over Boron. And it's a good half with Bredel. She just couldn't get back on terms, and she's the bronze medalist ahead of Holland and Bronwyn Roy of Australia. She's the world champion.